Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah, as the title of this video probably suggests, I have just sort of been, this isn't an anti-YouTuber video. I've been accused by many people of sort of being anti-YouTuber because I've warned YouTubers that are operating in Thailand that there are work authorization issues. This isn't a video like that. It's more that I've seen more and more people making videos about Thai immigration stuff, and US for that matter, out here, as well as work authorization, just completely saying erroneous stuff. At the end of the day, it's just, this phenomenon of YouTube, I have to admit, obviously we've benefited from it. I've been doing YouTube for years, but I like to think that we've kept the content, perhaps I should call it sort of intentionally boring, for lack of a better term, because unfortunately, when you start trying to make this topic entertaining, it can lead to giving out just erroneous information because you're trying to say things, I think, that maybe people want to hear and in order to get more views or something. And I'm not going to point anybody out specifically because there's a lot of folks talking immigration. Again, US immigration, Thai immigration. Again, people talking about Thai work authorization very flippantly, in a very nonchalant, sort of cavalier manner. Oh, you don't need work authorization, you can do this, you can do that. Or they'll say a certain type of visa has work authorization when it doesn't. Or they'll say that you can, oh yeah, I have a friend who does this job, and that's completely unauthorized by the Thai restricted occupations list. Again, I'm not making these videos because I'm like anti-foreigner or something of that nature. I've been burned for that many times in comments. Again, I've tried to just put the information out there, just put out the data points. Obviously, this channel has a promotional aspect to it as well. But my main thrust of this is to put out data points, put out data, the actual information. I'm not trying to convey information in a hyperbolic manner or, for that matter, really trying to entertain per se. And I do know that YouTubers, content creators, this is kind of a new thing, and there are ways to make a living at it by making these videos or doing what you do on YouTube. But I would ask just other content creators, YouTubers, whatever, be careful with the information you're putting out there because you're telling people things oftentimes that are not only erroneous, but could lead those people to being detained or deported, for example, here in Thailand. And honestly, you don't know what you're talking about. I've listened to a number of these folks who are sort of YouTube personalities talking about really complex stuff, especially right now, tax. I'm hearing stuff about tax that's just completely off the wall. And honestly, again, this isn't me talking my own book or anything necessarily. It's just me saying tax especially is extremely complex. The way that tax jurisdictions interact with one another, either under the context of a double tax treaty or not, if one doesn't exist, the analysis on that is very detailed. Again, tax and immigration, they're very narrow bodies of law, but they're very deep in the sense that, little tiny things that you do wrong in either one of those areas or little tiny assumptions or presumptions about how those systems work, immigration and the tax system, can result in terrible outcomes for people relying on bad advice, is my point. And I just hope the YouTube community takes this video for what it is. It's me trying to caution people not to be so cavalier in how they talk about really important matters pertaining to immigration and tax, or anything pertaining to the legal system, for example, and just kind of recognize that, look, at the end of the day, you're not an expert on this stuff. Even myself, I like to believe that I'm a pretty much an expert on matters pertaining to things like US or Thai immigration. As I've said before, I'm a member of the US tax court, so I've done tax stuff over the years. Corporate things, law generally is something I can at least speak on with some level of expertise, but even I get things wrong. I've made corrections on this channel. I don't see other YouTubers who are talking again, cavalierly about these issues. I don't see them making correction videos saying, oh yeah, I was wrong about that. They just sort of let it fly, and then it's just out there, and a lot of people listen and find themselves in a bad position. That's the point of this video, is just be somewhat circumspect when you're talking about immigration matters. For example, when people talk about their personal experience with immigration, that's fine. But when it's framed as, well, this is how immigration works, that can be very dangerous. And that's just one example. So again, that's my point with this video. This isn't me trying to harangue anybody. It's more just kind of saying to people, hey, be a little bit circumspect. Take a breath when you're talking about this kind of subject matter, because people, watch YouTube, watch these videos, they're in the community, and they think that it's 100% true, when at the end of the day, that may not necessarily be the case, and it may get them into trouble.